The woman was trapped by an invisible wall. She stayed in the Alps for a full 3 years. The wall couldn't be seen, but could be touched. Ramming it with a car had no effect. In the distance were two elderly people. They didn't move at all, as if they were dead, but corpses would eventually decay. They showed no changes whatsoever. The woman spent 3 years, walking throughout the entire Alps, without seeing any exit. She climbed mountains and dug holes, but found no solution. However, other animals could freely come and go. Only she was trapped inside this wall. This wall appeared suddenly. That day, the woman was invited to vacation in the Alps. Accompanying her were her colleagues and a dog. Upon reaching the vacation house, her colleagues prepared to go out for a walk, but the woman chose to stay behind and rest. The dog also stayed. The next morning when she woke up, Jenny discovered her colleagues hadn't returned all night. The surroundings were unusually quiet. This caused a strong sense of unease to well up inside her. She hurriedly went down the mountain searching for a way out. At the same time, when passing through an intersection, the dog suddenly let out a bark. Jenny quickened her pace to check, but the dog stood in place, no longer daring to move forward. As if there was something frightening ahead, Jenny walked forward, while turning back to call the dog, but the dog ran away directly. At this moment, she seemed to bump into something. Seeing nothing in front of her, she was completely confused. Reaching out to touch, her hand felt like it hit glass. It was flat and smooth, could be touched but not seen. Jenny felt her way along. The wall connected to the mountain without any gaps. She was terrified and at a loss, turning to find another exit. Finally, in a small cabin in the woods, she saw an elderly couple, excitedly wanting to approach and ask questions, but there was another transparent wall. She pounded desperately on the wall, shouting loudly, but no matter how loud she was, they couldn't hear her. The water in the old man's hand was flowing. The leaves blown by the wind were floating, but the people seemed forever frozen in time. The eerie atmosphere made the woman tremble all over. She retreated in sudden panic, quickly calling her dog to leave. And so, she was trapped in the Alps for half a month, checking every day, but the wall never disappeared. Her colleagues never returned either. On the 121st day of being trapped, on a rainy day, she suddenly heard strange noises from outside. Looking out, it was a thin little cat. The woman rescued it. Now she had another companion, a cat and a dog, dependent on each other in this mountain. The food in the house was running low. To feed her family of 4, she began learning survival skills, tilling the ground to plant potatoes, taking a hunting rifle up the mountain. She seemed to have adapted to life in the mountains, no longer thinking about how to get out, and letting go of her longing for the outside world. Living out her life here seemed not so bad either.